Andrew, Megan Reed, Sinzae's mother, tells me she's standing off the strength her other kids give her and to get justice for her son. And this is something she will not stop doing until it's done.
October 12th, that morning, Sinzae woke up.
Megan Reed remembers that day like it just happened. A day that will never escape her mind. Her son, Sinzae Reed.
He loved to laugh just like me, like he thought everything was funny.
He just started middle school. He was only 13 years old.
He's still a baby. Whether he had teen behind his years, he's still a baby. And my baby had a lot of years left.
This day that she can't forget. Columbus police found Sinzae shot in his Wedgwood apartment neighborhood.
I see him laying on the ground. I seen there was blood like everywhere around him. I couldn't go to him. I couldn't hold him. I couldn't tell him that it was going to be okay.
Police arrested 36-year-old Craig Butler that next day. Court records from October show that Butler was charged with murder in municipal court. But days later, the charges against him were dismissed. And prosecutors have not yet refiled charges in the common pleas court. According to the prosecutor on the case is still under review and pending further consideration. In a statement from Franklin County prosecuting attorney Gary Tyak, he said, quote, "It is standard practice for almost every felony case filed in municipal court to be dismissed." Further saying, this particular case is still under review for possible presentation to the grand jury. But it has not been presented as of now. And now, months later, community members and activists are raising concern, asking about the investigation. And a mourning mother is vowing to fight for justice.
There's been a lot of babies that have been shot down, gunned down, and nothing has happened. So I needed to start with my son.
This is the full statement from the Columbus PD. On October 12, 2022, the Columbus Division of Police responded to 832 Wedgwood Drive on a shooting where officers found 13-year-old Sinzae Reed suffering from gunshot wounds. Officers rendered aid until Mr. Reed was transported to an area hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. Columbus police detectives interviewed numerous witnesses and filed murder charges on Craig Butler on October 13, 2022. Mr. Butler was ultimately arrested and slated in the Franklin County Jail. During the homicide review of the investigation, there was an allegation made by Mr. Butler that he acted in self-defense. The Franklin County Prosecutor's Office, upon learning of this information, dismissed the charges against Mr. Butler pending the completion of the investigation. The Columbus Division of Police does not dismiss charges. We continue to investigate the circumstances of Mr. Reed's death with the help of outside entities and are awaiting key forensics and ballistic evidence.
Sounds like another Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman case to me. I'm just trying to figure out how they're making these claims of self-defense when there's only one gun involved. Trust me, if Sinzae had a gun on the scene, they would have made sure they mentioned that. Not to mention being in possession of a firearm is a violation of his probation. But I guess because it's not a Fed case, they're going to overlook it.
Some community members are questioning the process of the Franklin County prosecutor. They gathered outside his office today to call attention to the specific case of Craig Butler. He was charged with the murder of 13-year-old Sinzae Reed 2 weeks ago, and his case has since been dismissed by the municipal court.
Family and friends of 13-year-old Sinzae Reed gathered outside the Franklin County prosecutor's office to demand answers.
I will not stop until I'm heard because Sinzae Reed deserves justice.
Reed was shot and killed on October 12th at the Wedgwood Village Apartments. The next day, 36-year-old Craig Butler Sr. was arrested and charged with Reed's murder. Witnesses say they saw Butler exit his truck before the shooting, then get back in and drive away after. Butler appeared in court later that week where he was arraigned on those murder charges, and he claimed it was self-defense. Court records show on October 20th, the case was dropped by the municipal court out of a request request of the prosecutor. Butler has since been released, his bond dismissed, and he is now technically walking free.
In my eyes, this is a blatant miscarriage of justice. I will be following this case and will provide updates as necessary.